Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. As promised, this is your secondary deck profile update for Dark State. And this time we're going to be doing Baromagnes. Or should I say, do I just need to say the full name? Or just, you guys already know what the deck actually can be. So I figured Baromagnes would be a shorter name than just the full name. But yeah. So I am also excited because I do love updating my decks a lot to the highest point that I can do them. And I know as many people want me to just stop thinking so stupid and more thinking about the meta. It's kind of stupid, but I think that's just a troll way of saying, just quit the game because of how autistic or how retarded. Just some certain people have jealous issues and they really get their tampons out of their asses pretty much and just think that, not everything's all the meta. It's all about having fun. It's about being creative. It's about using your goddamn brain for your goddamn deck and your goddamn everything. Part my French. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck the French. It's fine. So this deck is inspired by the card fighter on season 1 of Cardfight Vanguard Overdress. His name is Katsuki Moriyama. He is allegedly in the story one of the most popular or most high-ranking card fighters in somewhere far from Kaga, but he comes to find the leader, Donji, from Team Blackout, and challenge him to take his banner. I don't think he's one of the Team Hunters, but I think he's also just a random player that steps into the scene with his high-ranking score and wants to beat Donji at his finest. Which, I can understand that. Who doesn't want to have a good kind of moment and a good feel to it. So, that's kind of why we're just giving his deck more knowledge and more love. And also, we're going to be giving Katsuki, yeah. I have his name on my computer, but I'm just too lazy to go look at it. But I know it's Katsuki Moriyama, and his name will be in the tagged, so it'll be easier to, to find him, or find him in the episode where he was facing Megumi, and he won. Anyway, he lost to Yu. Freaked out apparently when he saw Varina. So did he just have an orgasm? I don't know. But anyways, enough chatter. So this is an update for Baromagnes. There are some cards in here that are very familiar. So here's the thing, you guys, and I know you guys will get a little judgmental about this, but my trigger lineup will always stay the same unless it'll be changed. Unless I can find the right inspiration to make it a little more different. So if they're the same, I sincerely apologize if they're not up to your certain standards. But the rest of the build is completely different in my eyes. So, give or take on that one, I do say I'm sorry right now. Okay, so with that being said, let's get on with the ride deck. So the first ride deck is going to be Uncanny Burning for grade 0. And yes, that's hollow. Deep Soniker for grade 1. We got Electro Spartan. And then we got the main guy, Master of Gravity, Baromagnes. Now, for some of you who you already know, very familiar about what Baromagnes actually does, here's my take. Here's what the effect is, if you guys are not too familiar with it. So, Vanguard skill. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1, and perform all of the following effects according to the number of cards within your soul. So if you have 5 or more cards, draw a card. 10 or more cards, this unit gets plus 10,000 power, plus 1 critical, and 10 in the battle. 15 or more cards, both you and your opponent put all of your own rear guards into your souls. Choose up to 2 cards from your soul, call them to rear guard, and those unit gets plus 10,000 power, and to the end of the turn. So that is already on top of the fact you can Persona Ride on top of Baromagnes to get that, good feel to it. So that's why this card is very essential, because his effect is gross, if depending on the number of cards in the soul. And he did inherit Dark Irregular's powers. As you guys can tell, these look like almost Dark Irregular material type of cards. That's why they rely so much on soul charging. And I chose the Stoicheia sleeves because I'm not 100% sure what sleeves are best for Katsuki, but hey, it's just different. To me, Baromagnes is one of those dark decks, dark nation decks, that it's a very opposite compared to what the protagonist's decks are. Anyways, So now that's the ride line. Here is the main deck, which is, I'm guessing, 46, of course. So for heals, we're playing 4 Steam Scara Mal-Nigal. We're also playing the main critical for this deck is Flint Slasher, which is, of course, that is Baromagnes, one of his women. What the hell you want to call that thing? For Diabolos girls MaiMais. 3 Diabolos girls Natalias, because why not add the new front trigger to all the decks as well. So Baromagnes gets the 20k shield front trigger as well. And also 1 Hades Dragon Deity Resentment. So there is that trigger lineup. Now this deck will undergone a lot of changes in the next few months, maybe a year or so, depending on how much Bushiroad is going to release more products. So for grade 1s, I decided to go for cards that are more about Baromagnes themselves, but here's one of them. This is 4 copies of Freeze Breeze. Freeze Breeze is a skill for Baromagnes if you have it on the field. When this unit attack, this unit boosted hit. When the attack of this unit boosted hit, if your Vanguard is Baromagnes, Soul Charge 1. And if your Soul has 10 or more cards, Soul Counterblast 1 and draw 2 cards. So this will help you increase your hand more, and as long as you have 10 or more cards in the Soul, all the effects will apply. So the only thing you need right now for your hand or field is 10 cards in the Soul and Baromagnes on the field. There you go. Then you have the full effect online. Next, we got the Hoochie Mama. I call her the Hoochie Mama. This is the Cyclone Circler. She's also one of the newer cards for I'm guessing Baromagnes as well. But she's also part just a solo unit. But I'm gonna read her effect as well. So Cyclone Circler, when this unit boosts, if your Soul has 5 or more cards, Counterblast 1 and put this unit into your Soul. Choose 3 of your front row units and they get 5k power in the end turn. So she's a booster. As long as you have 5 or more cards in your Soul, you get all these effects applying. So you can put her in a Soul after Counterblasting 1, and then you choose 3 units in front of your front row and they get 5k power. So to me, that is awesome. And on top of the bonus of Baromagnes' Personal Ride, you can get a total of 15k on all the front row. That is a lot to take in right now. Now, this is a given right here. I'm using the generic complete guards. This is Psychic Prima, Miranda. Like I said, you guys, I don't have any more Recluse Hate Dragons at the moment, so I may have to go online to TCG Player to get some more. But this build is only temporary until I get all the builds possibly done and get all the cards. But she's still a good card for complete guards, so I don't think there's going to be no reason to it. And then for 2 normal order cards, we're playing 2 Brother Souls. This will just help you increase your soul charge by 1, I believe. Nope, 2. Sorry, my bad. So as long as you have a grade 1, you can play this card and you can just soul charge 2 cards. It's just simple as that. So there you go. That is the grade 1 lineup. Now, for grade 2 lineup, we're playing 4 copies of Cleave Muddler. And now I'm just going to read his effect. Cleave Muddler's skill. When this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is Baromagnes, discard a card from your hand. This unit gets plus 5k power at the end of that battle. And if your Soul has 10 or more cards, countercharge 1. So this will help you refuel your counterblasting and add more danger to your attack. Pretty much. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Crimson Igspeller. So this is our newest guy for Baromagnes. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Charge 1 card. Soul ability. Counterblast 1 and put this card into your drop. Soul Charge 1. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 10,000 power until the end of that battle. Or until the end of the turn. Until the end of the turn, sorry. There you go. And then, yeah, that just adds more fuel to the fire. Like, Baromagnes is a very, very, very heavy hitter kind of deck. People gave it too much praise, though, back then, because Baromagnes has a very hype kind of skill, and it's very secondary to a high-class deck. But these cards here will make it a little more broken and more fucked up in the head if you want to think about it. But yes. And then finally, we're playing 2 copies of Selfish Engraver. Just because I like to just play less green 2s. But her skill is, well, actually, I think you all know what she did from my last video when I played only a full playset of her, due to the fact that her skill was super broken back then. It might be still be broken now, but we'll just see what happens. Sorry, guys. So for grade 3, we're playing 3 Baromagnes because we need a Persona Ride ability. 2 copies of Spiracle Splasher. So 3 of this one, and her skill is Baromagnes related. If your Vanguard is Baromagnes, this unit gets plus 5k power, which is pretty much standard. Then we got Phantasma Magician Curtis for 2 copies. And his skill is, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if your Vanguard is Baromagnes, Soul Charge 2 cards. If your Soul has 10 or more cards, Soul Blast 2, and all of your front row units gets plus 5k power in 10 turns. So, again, this is a very heavy deck for heavy hitters. So, you're basically punching in a lot more cards than you need at the moment. So, bravo. So, anyways, you guys, that is the final conclusion of both decks, and this is the conclusion of Baromagnes for right now until we get the new stuff. If I decide to go back to Vanguard again, like for another tournament, if I can get a ride down there, I'll probably play this in the next deck, but we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video very much. I'm glad you guys stood by my side for this long. God forbid. Yeah. Hopefully in the next week video, I'll be able to give you guys the final deck profiles that you richly deserve. And I think next week's going to be Keto Sanctuary. And then the week after that is going to be the nostalgic decks, I think. Because it's going to feature Kai's Dragonic Overlord and Ren's Phantom Blaster Dragon. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that one. And then in the next couple of weeks after that... sorry guys, my family's home. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm your host, Siren Frost, signing out.